Hello, welcome to our video, The Importance of Pollinators. Today we're going to be telling you about pollination and how important it is. What is pollination? Pollination is how plants make new plants. Plants grow from seeds, and this includes most plants with flowers and fruit. Without pollination, no flowers, fruit or vegetables would be able to grow. How does pollination happen? Pollen is taken from one flowering plant to another, and it makes a seed. The seed ends up in the soil and a new plant grows. Most plants need pollinators to carry the pollen from one flower to the other. How is pollination done? Pollinators visit flowers and pollen sticks to their bodies. They then visit another flower and pollen comes off their bodies onto the new flower. Why do pollinators visit flowers? Each flower will produce some nectar, which is a very sweet, sticky substance that insects like to eat. The insects eat this because it gives them lots and lots of energy. Each flower will only produce a small amount of nectar, so insects need to visit lots of flowers. Some insects eat the nectar straight away. It gives them lots of energy for them to fly. Other insects, such as honeybees, put the nectar inside special stomachs and they store it so it's nice and safe. The honeybee will then return to its beehive and it will pass the nectar onto another honeybee who mixes all the nectar up and stores it in the honeycomb. The honeycomb will then get capped with some special beeswax and eventually this will turn into honey. Honeybees are probably one of the most famous pollinators. They're well known for making honey. They're really good pollinators because the worker bees tend to forage all day and they are well suited for collecting pollen and transferring it to other flowers. Their bodies are quite hairy, so it's easy for the pollen to attach to them. They also tend to focus on one type of flower, which is good because then we make lots of seeds. Bees also like to collect some of the pollen and take it back to the hive, which is where they turn it into pollen bread, which they also use as food. Honeybees are not the only bees that pollinate though. We also have bumblebees. They're a lot bigger and they look quite furry. Other bees too are mason bees, ivy bees and leafcutter bees. Our mason bees like to live in gaps in stones and in brickwork. Leafcutter bees cut holes in leaves which they use to build their homes. These are also furry and they're really good at collecting pollen and taking it from one flower to another flower to make the seeds. As well as bees, we have other insects that pollinate, such as otterflies, beetles, moths, butterflies and even wasps. But we also have birds and mammals that seem to accidentally pollinate. They brush against flowering plants and collect the pollen on their furry bodies and then pass it on to other flowers. Can you imagine a planet without pollinators? If you think about all your favourite things such as chocolate, fruit, which would be bananas, apples, strawberries, mangoes, vegetables even like carrots, or even pretty flowers, you would have none of these without our pollinators. Sadly, our number of pollinators is getting smaller in this country and across the world. There are lots of things that you can do to help pollinators. Why not watch our video, People and Pollinators, and find out more. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Why not get out into the garden or park and see how many pollinators you can find.